I'm tired of being punished for getting sick. I've been at my current employer for about 2 years now, and about a year ago, we were acquired by a new company. With the old company, you had unlimited sick days and you only needed to prove you were sick if you wanted to get paid for that sick day. With our new company, however, you need to prove sickness if you call off sick. I've been feeling absolutely awful for the past 3 days, so I called off from my shift tomorrow. I can't get a doctor's note because I cannot afford health insurance or a trip to a doctor, and therefore my impending absence has gotten me a citation due to the possibility that I could be lying about being sick. I honestly don't understand the logic behind this. Even if I was faking being sick, why would that even matter? If I don't show up, you don't pay me, and I let you guys know more than 10 hours in advance, so that gives plenty of time to find coverage. I'll get a doctor's note when you pay for doctors. All I'm gonna say is we developed unions, and collective bargaining cause angry mobs of abused workers would drag factory owners, managers out of their houses and beat them in the street. This was not seen as an apt solution. On the other hand, now they seem to be pretty anti-union, and very insistent that the Second Amendment be respected. When a businesses require you to bring in a sick note to call out a day or two, they are assuming you are lying about being sick, or perhaps worse, want you to work sick. Businesses should expect employees to get sick. What blows my mind is a sick employee coming into work costs a company more money than if they have just believed their employee and let them stay home. https://www.shrm.org/resource-samples/her topics/benefits/ill effects-of-sick-employees.aspx. Once had an employer that made me get a doctor's note to prove I was sick. It cost me around $100, so I made sure to get it for 3 days instead of 1. I would have just taken a day, but requiring proof just made me angry. Cancer patient here, hand waving. My last employer was very similar, though they didn't make me prove I was sick, but they would automatically depreciate your PTO. If you didn't have any PTO, they would make you go negative. This was to discourage you from calling out sick, because you have to work your 40 hours a week for 1 month to bring if back positive just 1 PTO day. I would just work under 40 hours, like 36 or 38, after working 40 hours and 2 radiation treatments a week or other appointments. It just made for a really long week. So I started slipping under 40 hours. They would throw a bitch fit. Eventually I got smart. I would work over on days so that I could leave early for my appointments on other days. Even that wasn't good enough. Ultimately, this was the biggest reason why I left my last company. It wasn't their policy. It wasn't their company. It was the other insufferable petty office ladies. Every surgery I was out was FMLA and paid leave, which meant someone else had to do my job while I was away. In the end, I realized they were fully capable for accommodating other employees. The division one was in was just full of unhappy lifers. If the company doesn't pay for doctors, then they can pound sand for a doctor's note. FFs. Had a manager that was bitching about me calling out sick when I was pregnant. So, I sent her a picture of my vomit bag, not the contents inside. She shut up. Do something like that. Go in and puke on their desk. Look them in the eye as you do. It sucks. I've been fired for taking too much time off from being sick a lot before. Crazy BC, it was a nanny job and the kids got me sick. Walk in sick and yak on your manager's boots, then ask if they would like you to go home. Yep, I have to go to work despite a medical issue and have a write-up coming because of a dumb attendance policy. I have plenty of sick days, but I cannot use them without a DR's note now because I went over the arbitrary number of sick days because I was, well, sick. We are adults, treat us like it. My opinion. If your company requires a doctor's note for sick days, then they should be required to pay for that doctor's visit. I have told every boss I have ever had that if they want a sick note, they get the bill that comes with it. Somehow, no one has ever needed a sick note, even if it was company policy. Maybe I got lucky, and my managers just weren't Dixon enough to force the issue. Go into work sick. Make them send you home. Go into work and puke on the boss's desk. That should solve your problem. I am sure you can find a picture of a positive COVID test somewhere. Can you just fake a doctor's note? I've done it several times. If they call your doctor to verify the note, they aren't even able to verify that you're a patient without a signed release of information. Google, how to form a union. I punished him right back. 2 days for stomach flu and I got reamed right after COVID hit. Long story short, I went to work on a crisp November morning with pink eye and got 6 or 7 of my coworkers sick too. That boss ended up with no one to cover third shift and half of first all the week before Thanksgiving, and his boss was leaning on him about downtime already. It eventually got passed down to people's kids and those parents had to take sick time too. Funniest thing was everyone and their mother had a doctor's note for pink eye. Admitting this now, but I would rub my infected eye before grabbing a door handle, opening the microwave and using the vending machines. Never heard of a place that has unlimited sick calls. Most companies don't like having to hire a ton of extra employees just to cover a bunch of sick calls. We get 5 paid sick days a year. That's one bout of COVID. Always caught from work because it's a hoax, according to management, as they cram us into a poorly ventilated space. Or one bout of flu. Every autumn when coworkers' gremlins go back to a chul. Or a few colds. Working in and outside all day destroys the immune system. So I'm sick because of work, yet they only pay for at most half of my sick days. No punishment yet, but others have been let go because of totally valid illnesses.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.